1894, Arthur Savage started the Savage Arms Company. It's been an iconic firearm manufacturer for over 120 years. It eventually became one of the largest selling manufacturers in sporting rifles in the world. Now, we might think of a Savage 22 as being a kid's gun, but it's not, because in this book by John Taylor, who spent most of his life in Africa hunting game, large game and small game, he wrote a book on African rifles and cartridges. Now, it's just not a book for people that want to go to Africa and hunt big game. It also has chapters on medium bore rifles and also small bore rifles. But he writes in the small bore rifle section in chapter 6, page 194 and 195, he specifically talks about the Savage 22 rifle. And I will read you what he says here. I have read of the 22 Savage being used on one occasion by a person to shoot a man-eating tiger. However, I am glad that it was he and not I. Still, he killed the tiger. However, I am most certainly not recommending any such weapon for that kind of shooting, any more than for stopping a charging rhino. Then on page 195, he writes, the modern 22 long rifle rimfire is really an astounding little weapon. Given a good scope sight and a steady shot, it's always most unbelievable the variety of animals that you can shoot with it. Last thing that John says about the 22 rimfire rifle is that he says, I would happily undertake walking through the back brush of Africa armed with nothing more than a rimfire 22 rifle and a good powerful handgun, and I am sure that I would not go hungry. I'm Riveroo Bay, and welcome to my gun kingdom. Well, John, welcome back. Part 3, Savage Mark II Long Rifle 22. What do you think? We're going to shoot at 200 yards today, yep. John?
We're going to try these stingers at 200 yards. Might be a waste of time, but it's going to be interesting to see how they do at 200 yards.
What's the winds today?
There's a little bit of crosswind, but it's coming and going, so it's not a steady blow. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse.
The weather report said around 7 miles an hour.
Oh, it's probably that.
And then this afternoon kicking up to 11 miles an hour.
Well, there's some gusts, but
yeah.
We're just trying this. I was impressed with them at 100 yards. So we'll see what they'll do at 200. That's because we don't have a 150-yard range.
Right. So we got to do the 200-yard range today since we don't have the 150. But tell them about your scope and how you set it up and everything.
Well, it's a Bushnell with the bullet drop compensator, which is actually sighting at 50. Then it goes to 75, 100, and 125, because they probably figure that's about the max for 22, which it is. But we're shooting the stingers these are almost equal to a 22 Magnum. 32 grains, 1,640 feet per second. So, say impressed me at 100 yards. You just want to see what it'll do at 200.
Yeah, what's the feet per second again?
1,640.
1,640, wow, okay.
Plus we're trying out a new little Cadwell mount.
Yeah, tell them about
Yeah, I don't
this.
know, I tried it.
It's by Cadwell.
Yeah, comes apart, you can use it for pistols. It holds the gun nice, because I like it because because you can hold the gun almost naturally in this one. Where a lot of them, the butt's into it, and you really can't put the shoulder of the gun right. And it's not easy, very easy adjustable your elevation.
You know, the last time you shot in part 1 and part 2, you used the lead sled.
Lead sled.
And this is a lot better than the lead sled.
I think it's more comfortable.
Well, you don't have the recoil with a 22, so
Right.
you might as well use something like this instead of the lead sled. Because the lead sled's really for guns that have
Right.
heavy recoil.
Right. And so I'm kind of anxious to see how it works out. I think it will. I don't know why it wouldn't. About exactly what I wanted.
And what size clip do you have here? How many is that?
5-shot.
5-shot clip.
That's all I ever shoot at targets anyways. I don't like the clip sticking out. You can get 10-shot clips, but I like the 5.
So you're just going to shoot 5 at a time or 3 at a time?
5 at a time.
Okay. And we brought the spotting scope with us today. So we'll have, and then also we'll put up the GoPro today, so you'll have instant feedback here. And but anyway, what do you say we shoot this thing? See how we do it 200 yards?
Yep. See if I can
All right.
hit anything at 200 yards.
All right, target. Yep.
Power. Sun's not on the target yet.